Mahesh again here for Beardbrand, and today we're going to talk about how to become a barber. So first and foremost, if you are a student and you're younger, you'll probably find that in each country is different. So this is, based on the UK, up until I think it's about 1920, you can get your education through the state, and you can go to college and you can do a barbering and or hairdressing course. I would suggest, if they do barbering and hairdressing, to maybe do both if you can, because it makes you a much more rounded individual. Doing barbering straight off the bat is great, but it's quite restricting, and you will find that you'll have to go off and do quite a number of other courses afterwards, because it's mainly clipper work. It's not so much about the scissor work. And the guys that are in the shop, like our shop in Gentleman and Rose Club, that are solely just barbers, when guys with longer hair come in, want those sort of surfy haircuts, they tend to sort of shy away from those guys unless they've had the training to go forward and do lots of scissor work. So I would say, if you can get the opportunity to do hair dressing and barbering, do both. Yes, it will take you longer, but if you're only 18, you've got time on your side. So that's if you're a student, and then there's lots of other options with that, because sometimes you can do a day release where you basically do your training for one day, and then for the rest of the week you then would work in your industry. You would work in a hairdressing salon or a barbershop. Now they can be really hard to find, and it's all about legwork. This is all about seeing the drive from your side. And when if you walked into the barbershop and you said to me, I'm looking for a day a week, or I'm looking for 2 days a week, I'm not interested in the money, I just need the experience, they're the sort of people that I'm going to instantly think, this person isn't money driven. They're not worried about it at the moment. They live with their mum and dad, for example. They don't need to worry about rent and mortgages and things like that. They can, if you're young enough to do that, go out and do it. Go out and work for nothing if you have to. If you live with your parents and you've got their support, then offer your time freely in exchange for education. The return on that is that you help me with my flow and my day. The barbershop runs really smoothly. I don't have to worry about sweeping up and tidying up and getting coffees, and my lunch, you can go and get that for me. All those little bits and pieces, and you can do that for the barbers. In exchange, you bring someone in at the end of the day, and they'll sit through with you, and they'll see you do a haircut, and they'll take you through the haircut, one-on-one. And that's what we did, and that's a really good sort of introduction to barbering and to the environment you're going to be in, because being a customer in a barbershop isn't being a barber in a barbershop. It really isn't. It is hard work. And I worked in the industry for 25 years now, and for the last 5 years or so, I've been barbering. And believe me, I've worked harder in the last 5 years than I've ever worked in the industry before. Barbering is without a doubt much harder on the body than it is hairdressing. The time that I get to myself is minuscule compared to the time I had when I was doing hairdressing. So you have to bear that in mind. It is walking on your feet all day, and it takes a bit of getting used to. So, really bear that in mind. You need to keep yourself well physically and mentally. If you're not a student and you're working and you have a job and you're thinking, I want to change a career and I want to do something different, then I would suggest a similar path to the way that I suggested with the student is, if you have a day off, when your local barbershop is open, go in and suggest that you would give them a hand. There's got to be an incentive from the business point of view. There's got to be an incentive. So the incentive for the barbershop taking on someone older is that you're more mature, hopefully, and you are, in a place where you really know what you want out of life. You're not just going to flit in and out of it because it's been a big decision for you because you've got other factors to think about. So I would suggest maybe go to your local barbers, the one that you already use, and start to inquire about whether you know there's space to come in. If you have the weekends off, offer them a Saturday a month, or offer them every other Saturday, or offer them every Saturday, and you'll do 3 hours. You do the end of the day or the beginning of the day or something like that. You know, that will really show that you really are keen to learn a new skill and to take it on. And you know, in return, you'll get free haircuts and you'll get the education that you want and the insight to the industry. And like I said, you know, it isn't as cool as it always looks. You know, barbering has become one of the cool industries, but along with, you know, tattooing and things like that. But what you've got to remember is that it is hard work. The other option, obviously, what people have asked me is that, oh, well, I've bought stuff and I'm going to start cutting my friend's hair at home, and you know, I'm going to start to teach myself with YouTube and stuff. I would say, from my opinion and my perspective, that isn't the way forward. YouTube is great at helping you refine your work, but you already need some basics that have already been given to you and the grounding that's already been given to you by a trained professional. And that's what we have found in the past in the industry, is that people will go out, you know, they go out, they buy the equipment. I've bought clippers, I've bought some scissors, I've bought a comb, and you know, they're not even holding their clippers right. You know, and they've been doing it for 6 months and they're still not holding their clippers right. And they're finding it a struggle. And then by that time, when you then try and take them on, they then have to overcome that habit of how they hold them, and you have to start all over again. And you'll find it really frustrating if you've done that. So I would suggest that if you're retraining, if you're coming out of a job, or you want to come out of a job and you want to try barbering, you want to try something new, approach somebody, do an intern style approach to it. You know, go in and say, I will give you some of my time and you know, and from that, I would like you to give me some training. That would be the first step. But like I say, you know, get your inspiration, watch the YouTube videos, you know, like the stuff that Beardbrand put out. They're great videos, full of content. But what you have to remember is it has to be relevant for you, that, you know the terminology, you know what we're talking about, you have some experience, that you're not just watching it and then trying to copy it, because it isn't quite the same as when someone stood next to you educating you. So please don't try and run before you can walk. Good luck if you're looking to go into barbering. Good luck if you're looking to change your job and you're halfway through your working career and you think, I need something new to do. But be mindful and don't run into it and don't rush into it too quickly. Go and sit with some barbers and ask them about it as well. All right, be well everyone, and take care of yourself. And this has been Mahesh for Beardbrand. I'll see you soon.
Beardbrand is a premium men's grooming company with products not only for your beard, but also your hair and body. Do yourself a favor and head over to beardbrand.com and take care of yourself. Or you can stick around and watch a few more of our awesome videos.